You like the UFC stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
The state
Yes.
of California is expecting you to
Yes.
fund him not having a job.
Yes, because I have to provide.
By the way, I already seen this already. So this is a crazy situation. There's a woman who made more money than a man, right? She's a fighter. I believe she's some type of boxer or fighter. They divorce each other, and then she ended up having to pay him alimony and have to fund him. And she's the woman, and they're both on the podcast basically complaining about it. And it's like, y'all wouldn't be complaining about it if it was the other way around. Y'all be like, clock it, sis. And this just shows going both ways. It's just wrong both ways, bro. You know?
The lifestyle, I have to maintain the lifestyle at my house, at his house. That's my obligation, I guess. Which is crazy to me, so crazy, you know, because I'm like, well, I want to stay more time with her too, you know.
Right.
They say technically if I want to and I don't want to work, I don't have to work. We can both just not work, and then we'll just give her that type of life, I guess, you know.
So the alternative is basically, if you don't want to have to pay for his lawyers,
Yeah.
for him to maintain the lifestyle you had when you guys were together, because you make more money than him, the court expects you to provide your same life.
I mean, that's the law. Like, it's supposed to be about equality, right? Why is it a problem when women now have to do the same things that men typically have to do? This type of stuff is frustrating to me. This just kind of goes to show you that, like, this right here, when women like get angry at these type of situations, it shows that women don't really care about equality. They just want to have more privilege than men. The ones that are like that, the ones who complain about stuff like that, the ones who get happy when a woman gets millions of dollars from a divorce settlement, but then get mad when she has to pay millions of dollars when another woman has to pay. Like Halle Berry might make more money than her husband. So if Halle Berry had to pay $2-3 million in the divorce settlement, if the same women who were angry about the NBA, if the same women who were happy about the NBA player paying a divorce settlement of $2-3 million is mad about Halle Berry paying $2-3 million in divorce settlement, then it's not about equality. It's about women just want to always be better than men. And that's crazy. And y'all calling it equality, y'all fighting for equality, but y'all just want better than men. It's not about equality. You know what I mean?
And he doesn't have to have a job, or the alternative is, okay, you just don't work, he doesn't work, and then you guys just live with whatever's left.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it.
Well, your relationship started with quality time. Now it's equality time.
Listen, I've seen this before, and I thought that joke was amazing the first time, and I still think it's amazing.
What are we talking about? What's the big?
Like, that was mad witty. That was mad witty.
How it's supposed to be in court? That's how it is in court. That's how it is.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You make more money, you try to maintain the same lifestyle. What's the? What are we discussing? That's how it is.
And we love it.
In most situations, those type of divorce settlements, the man makes more. So it's rare that we hear. It's crazy. It's rare that we hear a situation where the man has to pay the woman alimony and things like that. But
I love this for you. I love it for you. Let's keep watching.
Comment that you made, one of your fights, you were like, this fight is literally still paying for my separation and my divorce.
Yeah.
Is that something that you still feel like you're still having to commit so much money to that financial burden and to support him?
Yes, 100%. It's
financial burden. Interesting. I like the lingo here.
I mean, it is a financial burden. Let's keep it real. It's a financial burden when men gotta pay. Iman Shumpert and Tiana Taylor's situation is crazy because she got so much money. She got $10 million worth of houses. He had to pay a 7-figure payout as far as like the settlement was concerned. He had to give away like 3 luxury cars and stuff like that. Bro, that's a financial burden. Even if he has plenty more, that's still that sucks. No, it's a financial burden because I think he's hurting now financially. Crazy.
Let's keep listening.
It's something that, like, living in California, you know, it's a state that it's like, it blows my mind. It blows my mind how basically I go to court almost every year because he comes with this, you know, whole map of how my career will be, you know, like, oh, that she's gonna win the belt here in a couple of years and then she's gonna make this money. And it's just like, it's crazy to me how people can just be money orientated about other people's money, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not realize that women make that much money in professional sports for her to be funding his lifestyle like that. I didn't know. Like, that's actually kind of crazy to me. Like, the WNBA players, they don't get paid more than $100,000 per player. So the fact that boxers or fighters, women fighters get a lot of money, I did not know that.
Goes in there and like projects your earnings.
Yes. Yeah, well, him and his lawyers, right? Yeah, like, okay, so she'll probably win the belt in 2 years or 1 year, and then people who win the belt, they make about this much money. I don't work. I'm like trying to work and provide this life for my daughter and like being a mom and taking care of her and doing all this thing, and then I still have to pay him, and I have to pay his lawyers to fight against me, and so I'm like paying his lawyers fees to get my money, and I'm paying my lawyer, and then I'm paying him
That's
just
crazy.
to be like a dad. You know what I mean? Just like we have 50-50. So like
What's
he
your
has
name?
to pay his lawyers to fight against me. And so I'm like paying his lawyers fees to get my money, and I'm paying my lawyer, and then I'm paying him just to be like a dad.
See, she said that's like a dad. You see what just happened? She admits that she feels like that's what a man should do. She basically saying, you know what that remind me of? It remind me of like when a white guy is getting detained by like a police officers. They getting like say that white man is getting manhandled by the police officers, and they say you're treating me like a black man. It really reminds me of that, bro. You said you wanted to be equal as men, and now when they treat you like a dad, you're like they treat me like a dad. That's what women want. I mean, you're fighting like a dad. You're fighting literally. You're a boxer or a fighter like a dad, like a man would fight.
You know what I mean? Just like we have 50-50. So like he has half the time, I have half the time, and I pay for like health insurance and all that extra stuff because I make the most money, but he doesn't work at all. You know, like no work.
You know what the thing is I'm not like happy about this. I'm not like, yay, celebrate. That's how it is. Mm-hmm. I'm not like, yeah, that's right. You think that's how it is, and now you make more money than him. That was the rule.
Yeah, and some folks, you know, before it was a woman involved, when, you know, it was men doing this, a lot of people would say things like, should have chose better. Should have watched out who you had kids with, bitch. Keep your in your pants. No? All right, well then take your money out, nigga. Right? That was the standard protocol. I'll get it.
But it still is.
Right? Hey, listen, man, you should have kept your coop in your pants. Okay? Got a baby by him now.
Be a rich bitch.
That's it. And I'm very happy for you. As far as you have to pay while he doesn't work, that's generally the arrangement if he wasn't working while y'all were together. The same way if I got a stay-at-home wife and then 20 or...
I'm not gonna lie. I still think it's unfair. Regardless if it's man or women, like a lot of men are celebrating. Yeah, like I can understand the celebration because men lose so many times in those situations. To see a W is like, yeah, but overall the system is just rigged. Like on both ends. Now that it's happening to both people, I think it should be a change now. There's no reason in the world that somebody should be, if you get in a relationship, you marry somebody and then y'all divorce, there's no reason in the world you should still be paying them. If you have a family, that's different. Right? But if it's just man and woman and then y'all go y'all separate ways, there's no reason in the world he or she should still be funding that person. There's no reason in the world. It just isn't. You know, we're all adults here. These are grown people who can go and make their own money. People are able to make their own money. I don't get it.
15 years or 10 years in, whatever.
Like, it's crazy. It really frustrates me, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not celebrating because, like, oh, she has to pay him or he has to pay her. I think it's just wrong in general. I really do. I hate that about that.
Is I leave her, right? Expecting her to just start working right away is not the way this thing works. And people are like, well, that's stupid. No, it's not.
There's a hole.
Your child is going to go to their parents' place. If you had you maintained as the breadwinner and you also take care of finance, you get divorced and then send your kid off to be destitute, that's not going to work. So the equitable thing, again, this doesn't make it 100% fair, but it is the most fair of all outcomes. The two options y'all pretty much saying is like, oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I think he should still get a job, or he should still get a job, or still try to figure out how to make some type of income. You know what I'm saying? And I feel the same thing for a woman. It's just like she should still figure out how to get some type of income to support herself. There's no reason in the world she should be getting all of her income from the man. There's no reason in the world. And the only reason in the world he should be getting all his income from her.
Live in this mansion, she gonna live fucking broke, and I'm gonna send my kid. Well, what impact does that have on the child? The child going from a great environment to one where now this person has to work 2 jobs, barely can really handle things, and is not in a really safe environment. Don't work. That's why the state gets involved in these kinds of situations. So, you don't have to love the system. I don't think the system is perfect by all means, but my girl, this is what it was for. I haven't even seen the comments.
And they don't really complain until it affects them, the women. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said it's not about, I'm starting to learn it's not about equality. It's not about equality. It's that women just want to be better than men. Women want to have they want to have more privilege than men. And then for some reason, women feel like men have more privilege. I ain't never been invited to no yacht. There's many women who've been on yachts, who are broke and don't have a job or work at Wendy's or McDonald's. And they've been on yachts. Yachts that's almost worth $1 billion. We're talking about privilege here. Yeah, we both have our privileges, but sometimes I feel like women got a little bit more privileges. I'm not gonna lie. At least in America.
But I can imagine.
Yeah, of course.
And that still don't be enough.
There's a conversation that happens on TikTok. This conversation about, it's a woman who essentially believes that there should be absolutely no 50-50. Men should pay 100% of women's bills, and that should be the only circumstance that women are really ever in a relationship for.
Do you think this broad is probably just looking at her bank account, pulling out her, can be like, yeah, because she paid for everything? No?
No. You know what I realized watching these things is that whenever women or people listen, whenever it's mostly women, let's not be afraid of the words. When women say, no, the man should pay, the man should pay, the man should pay, they really just think that it's because they're women. Sometimes they don't think that it's because, no, y'all used to not work. Y'all knew, it's not a woman thing. It's you were at the position where you were not making a lot of money or no money at all. That's where it comes from. That's
actually a good point. The culture was different. The society was different. So the man had to make 100% of the income. I mean, this is not like an epiphany or anything like that. Even though I knew that, he makes a good point. Like, the only reason a lot of women feel like, dang, he make a good point. A lot of women actually feel like you should fund everything because they are women and they don't know what that derives from. That derive obviously from how it's been for a very long time, where women either weren't allowed to work or it wasn't common for a woman to work. So the woman was in charge of the family, and the man had to literally go out and hunt and go out and bring home the bacon, basically. Bring home the bacon, bring home the food, the resources. He had to go out and hunt and gather, or he had to go out and work a job for 8 to 10, 12 hours a day to bring home the resources so that his woman, could take care of the entire family. And that is the only reason that a man had to fund 100% of everything. But then you have a culture where you have social media and Instagram and things like that, and then you got these rich guys who be tricking on women, and they be spending all this money, and then they have a lot of followers, and then the women follow these guys, and the women they follow other women who are being tricked on by these rich men, and they think that should be the standard for them. So social media reinforces as well. But women don't realize where that derives from, and where it not derives from. Today, the reason why women feel entitled, or why it's reinforced through social media because of all the tricking from all the rich guys, super rich guys, maybe celebrities or whatever.